everyone, I'm Gabriella from Mindful Movement with Gabriella, and I'm here to take you through a Pilates and barre inspired flow. Today we're going to have a real focus on the side of our body, so we're going to do a lot of work into our side bends, side planks, side kicks, kneeling, all of those positions. What I will say with this class is it's a lot of strength building into your wrist and into your shoulder. So if you are working with any wrist injuries, then take a few more breaks. You might want to modify things onto your forearm. But what we really want to do is build up that strength. So unless we have any issues with our wrists, these are really good positions to start to build that strength into our shoulders, our wrists. As always with me in these videos, I'm going to be combining some more of our classical Pilates sequences with our more barre inspired bits as well. I'm going to be using a ball, not loads today, but we're going to be using our ball, and then also I've got some hand weights. So I've got 1.5s. I would recommend either 0.5s, 1s, 1.5 maximum. If you don't have weights and you have anything like tin cans at home, wine bottles, you can grab those. And that's it. Grab whatever you need and then we'll get going. Okay, so I've just put my weights and my ball off to the side. We're going to start cross-legged, and we're actually going to be here for a little while with our hips in flexion. So if you know that keeping your hips in flexion for a while feels quite uncomfortable for your body, you can sit on a block or you can sit on a book. That's it. We're going to start cross-legged. Let's just close our eyes and start by connecting to our breath, as we always do in my classes. So we're going to start to breathe in through our nose, letting our body expand in all directions. And breathe out through your mouth. And really let your belly move forward. Let your ribs expand to the sides of the room. And breathing into our back. We're seeing if we can sit up tall, almost thinking about our mat being hot and lifting up off it. So the crown of our head is being pulled to the ceiling. We can just do a little scan of our body and how are we feeling today. Maybe we're feeling full of energy, ready to go. Maybe we want to take a few more breaks today. You do whatever feels good for you and your body. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. We're going to take our chin to our chest and just roll it through the center from side to side. You can still focus on your breath. If you want to hold it for a little bit longer on each side, you can do that. And then bring your head through the center. We're going to roll our shoulders back and down. And then rolling them in the other direction. One more. We're going to take our arm up to the sky, and then we're just going to laterally flex over to the side. And lift up. So as I said, a lot of work just into our sides. So stretching this side of your body and really think about the opposite sit bone. So your butt cheek basically driving into the ground. So you find that connection, that grounding through both sit bones. Use your breath in a way that feels good. Just a reminder, I don't always tell you when to breathe. I want you to breathe though in your big full 3-dimensional way, and just breathe in a way that feels good, feels natural for your body. Try to make sure that your top shoulder isn't collapsing down. We're now going to start to add a twist, so send it over. You can twist your body to face the mat, take it to the side and back up. And we go over. Twist. So that's where you can really let your top shoulder drop, but make sure it goes back before we lift up. And up. One last one. And then we'll take it through the center over to the other side. So start just by lifting up out of your hips to go over and up, keeping the opposite sit bone down to the floor. And also just making sure that this top arm, if you think about the space between your bicep and your ear, can you keep that the same so that the arm doesn't go too close into your ear? So you're really making the body go over and not just the arm. We're going to do one last one. And then let's start to add our twist. We go over and twist through the center and up. 2 more. One last one. Then we're going to sit ourselves up tall, take your arms out to the side. Thumbs are going to face up, and we're just going to start with small circles up and back. It's a little bit of our reformer inspired arms. Small circles moving from your shoulders, so working on our shoulder mobility. And then later we're going to come into a sequence where we have our weights. So this is just a nice warm up for our arms. Let's take it in the opposite direction, so circles forward. We're still sitting up tall. Ribs are hugged in. Now can we start to push arms back from the line of the shoulders and in and push. And think about pulling a resistance band wide. So we're finding the resistance. We're deepening it into our body. We're also finding that two-way stretch of both of our knuckles being pulled away. One last one. Now turn your thumbs to face down, circles up and back. I find thumbs facing down much worse. Keep breathing. And then let's take it in the other direction. Always see if you can keep your thumbs facing down, because they'll tend to want to turn, oh, what am I trying to say? They will tend to want to turn forward, so that will happen. So try and keep them down. Did we reverse our circles? Now I've completely confused myself. If we haven't reversed our circles, reverse it. Anyway, feels good. Holding it there, let's push it back and in. And push back and in. 2 more. One last one. Hold it here. Tiny little lifts up. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Roll your shoulders back. We're going to take our legs out. I'm going to do this side on into our spine stretch. So legs are about as wide as your mat, not spine stretch, spine twist. Strong into your legs, grounding through our legs. Arms are going to come out to the side, and then we're going to start to twist over one leg, looking to the middle finger on your back arm, and then take it through the center. And then we twist to the other side. And can you really think about one rib taking you round, one rib bringing you back, or one side I should say, not just one single rib. So the whole side takes you round and you go through the center. Also today's focus on our arms. So I really want to think about your arms being held from your shoulder blades. Now we're going to turn it into our saw. So go over your leg, back palm pumps up. That's what takes you down over your knee. We do 3 pumps here. Lift up on the diagonal, come through the center. Other side twist. I don't have much space in my arm. We pump back. We look towards our knee today. And really think back arm is what initiates the movement down. We're going to do 1 more on each side. Back palm pumps up. Sorry, Iggy. Forward. 2, 3. And then the other side. Sorry, my back arm is doing something weird because I don't have space. But we're going to go forward. 2, 3. Lift up on the diagonal. And then lower down. We're going to take our feet together. So glue your feet together, glue your knees together. Hands are going to face your bum. And then we're going to go back into our triceps and lifting up. So think about your elbows going to the back wall or whatever's behind you, and then pulling up the top part of your arms. Squeezing your knees together. So many positions in the classical Pilates repertoire. So rollover, corkscrew, really relies on strong triceps, finding the grounding through there. So we're just adding a little bit more work into our triceps today. As I said, wrists, we take a break whenever we need. We're going to do 2 more, then we're going to start to add a lift of our hips. So now we lift our hips, keep looking forward, so it's like a modified leg pull position, really opening up at the front of your hips, squeeze your knees, come down, and back into our tricep dip. And we lift up, squeeze your knees, keep looking forward, and drop. And up. We're going to do 1 more like that. Maybe starting to feel the backs of our arms. Then we're going to take it back up. So just take a moment, back up into our modified leg pull position. We can either hold it there or you can extend one leg long. You can hold it there. If it feels okay, can we kick it up to the sky and go for 3 kicks, 2, 1 last one. Pop your leg down, other side, either holding it here, left leg or whatever is your other leg, and we kick up. 1 last one, and we go down. We're going to send it back into that tricep dip and just do small little taps now. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs extend. Lift your arms up. Give your wrists a little rotation. Now, if that felt like enough, we're going to continue with that. If you want to come into your full leg pull, we're going to extend our legs long. I can't believe I'm doing this on camera. I hate this. So good for us. But hands either facing our bottom or out to the side, whichever feels better for your body. Both are still classical arm positions. You're going to lift yourself up, push your feet in, and then just make sure that you haven't completely stuck your hips up because it'll be really hard to lift your legs. We're going to kick up for 3. So much on the supporting hamstring. 2. 1 last one. Icky. 3. Not the time. I hate this exercise. 2. I love it really. 1 last one. And come down. Really nice. Take your arms out in front. Little roll of your wrists. And then we're going to do tiny little lifts up. So just lifting from our shoulders, targeting the front of our shoulders. And then we're going to start tiny, tiny roll back. So start with your pelvis. As you know, if you've been doing my videos, I'm really working on curving my spine. So it might not look that curved, but I'm trying. So curve, curve, curve. We don't have to go that far back just yet. One last one. Holding it there, just tiny lifts up. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we lift up. We're going to come onto our side now. So extend one leg out to the side. Arms are going to come out into a T shape. Then we're just going to start by sending our ribs over to the side and in. So can we think about just the ribs isolating as we move over? Arms, we can think if we're on a swimming pool and we don't want to dip our arms underneath the swimming pool or underneath the water. And then we're just going to start to add on. So first one, we take our ribs over. Hand goes down, other hand comes up to the sky. Use your side to lift you up. So we go over, hand goes down and lift. And try not to just propel from this bottom hand. Can we use our side to bring us back up? And keep breathing here. One last one. Then we're going to start to add a leg lift. So can you think about sending this hip forward the whole time? We go over. You're going to lift your leg, lower your leg, and we come back up. Ribs go over, hand goes down. Lift your leg. Keep pushing that supporting hip forward and up. On our next one, we're going to hold it over. Hold it there. Keep pushing your hip forward. We're going to bend our leg for a modified side kick kneeling position. Knee is going to come forward, but what I want you to think about is not collapsing into this bottom hip. And we go back. And knee comes in. And back. If it helps, you can always pop a block underneath this hand that's to the floor or a book. That will elevate you and it will make it easier to push your hip forward. We're going to do 3 more. Head is in line. So tempting to look down at your body, isn't it? To be like, what's it doing? Hold it here. We're going to extend our leg out and in. So finding that long line, can we think about the top arm being pulled up to the sky? toes being pulled long. We're going to do 3 more. 2. One last one, hold it out. Can we do small circles up and back? That's where it really starts to set in for me. I get super shaky. Circles in the other direction. One last one, hold it there. 3, 2, 1, pop your top foot down. We're going to squeeze bottom leg up and come down. And squeeze. And down. So firing on all this underside, squeezing your inner thighs together, continuing to strengthen the supporting arm, the supporting wrist. 3 more. 2. One last one, hold it up. 3, 2, 1. We're going to extend our bottom leg. Take your top arm long. We're coming into our side bends. So you're going to bend down just to your calves. Can you have your head pulled towards your feet? That's your side bend. And we go up and lengthen. We come down just to our calves. We not tilt, we bend and back up. One last one, just tapping down to our calves. And back up, holding it there. 3, 2, 1. You're going to take both hands down now, so you're facing the back. Heels together, toes out. Holding it there. Breathe, have your middle finger facing forward, zipping up and in with our center. Long neck, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to take it into a parallel position now. Can we drop our knees and come down for 3 push-ups? You can keep your knees lifted up if you want to. One last one. Tuck your toes, lift your knees if they're not already. Hold it there. And then all you're going to do is rotate to the other side, drop your knee down and lift yourself up into your T position. I'm obviously going to turn around. I'm not going to do that facing the back. So now your other leg should be out to the side and we start going over to the side and in. How are we feeling? So just work your way through that. You can take breaks. Those side bends are a lot. And in. Oh, my shoulders now. 2 more. Then we'll start to add the hand going to the floor, finding the length up. And we come up. Just gonna move myself over a tiny bit. So over and up. Body goes first. If that feels okay, can we start to add our leg lift? So leg lifts. I don't know why I keep wanting to look up to my top arm. It feels really natural for me. And up. And don't worry about the height of the leg, you just do what feels good. What I want you to focus on is pushing this hip forward. If you want to have your block or your book underneath your hand, we can do that. One last one, so we'll go full range. Now we're going to hold it over, so send it over and down. You're going to hold it there, just bend your knee in, keep pushing this hip forward and we drive our knee forward and back and forward. Always shaky in this position. Can we have our middle finger facing the side? 2 more. One last one. Let's hold it there. Extend it out and bend it in and extend and in. Arms being pulled up. Crown of your head is being pulled to that side. Foot is being pulled that way. We'll do 2 more. One last one, hold it out, small circles up and back. Oh my goodness, why are circles so horrible? One last one, circles in the other direction. Keep pushing your hip forward. 2 more. One last one, hold it there. Pop your foot down. We're going to squeeze bottom leg up and down. And squeeze. And lower. Two more. One last one. Then we're going to hold it back up. Hold it there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend it out into your full side bend. Arm goes over your head. Now as we come down, head gets pulled towards our feet. Just tap down to your calves and send it back up. And down. Head gets pulled, pulled. And back up. One last one. Oh, trying so hard. And lift. Let's send it over. Heels together, toes out. Find that strength. Breathe here. Into your parallel position. 3 push-ups, either with your knees lifted up or your knees down. Elbows skimming your ribs. And then curve it back. Just walk it out, bend and stretch. Then we're going to drop onto our knees, roll yourself up and grab hold of your weights. We're going to start arms at 90 degrees. Let's just lift one arm up and down. So we're going to start with bent arms. I'm sweaty after that. And then we're going to add on extensions. So see how it goes. See how it feels for you. Just building up a little bit more strength in our arms. As you can see, all of those positions, they require so much strength into our shoulders and into our wrists. If it feels a lot for you in that weight-bearing position, we can grab some weights. That doesn't make sense. I mean, if you don't want to build it up within the weight-bearing position, you can always grab weights and start to build the shoulder strength like this, and then we can always go back into those positions. Let's do both arms up and down. And lift. Okay, let's do 3 more. One last one. We're going to hold our right arm, one arm up. Little punches back. I'm going to say right. That's my right. Let's punch it back and pull, pull, pull. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Other arm comes back and just little pulls back. Other arm can stay at about 90 degrees. So it's nudging back from the line of our shoulders. We'll do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Now we're going to lift arms up to the side. You're going to extend them both out and both in. And out. So starting to work with our long arms. Palms are facing down. So shoulders may be starting to feel quite intense. Two more. Then we're going to hold right arm out, little bend and stretch, push it away and push and push. Here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it over and bend and stretch. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go both arms out, bend and stretch and push, push. We'll go for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Let's come into our bicep external rotation and in. So little gap between your elbows and your waist, rotating out and in. Rotate. Make sure we have a little rev of our wrist so that we haven't dropped our weights down. That's me exaggerating, but what you want is a little rev here. And in. We're gonna do 3 more. 2. One last one, hold out. Little nudges out with one hand. Push and push. And switch it over and push. So this should feel quite intense. So if it doesn't, you can always redo the video, or you could grab heavier weights. 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and come down. Roll your shoulders back and down. We're gonna pop our weights off to the side, and then we're gonna take our legs out in front. Feet are flexed. Well, let's have our feet flexed to begin with, arms out in front. We're gonna do our roll downs. If you want your ball for support, well, I'll roll up, I should say. If you want your ball for support, lower back is gonna be more supportive, further away is gonna be a bit more intense. Let's have our palms facing each other today. Feet are flexed, legs are solid. Let's start with our curve. And we lift up. And again, let's go back. And lift. And up. 2 more. One last one, hold it there. Can we do a little lift and a lower? If you've got your ball, it's a tiny little kiss. It's not a snog. It's like a little peck of the ball and up. 3 more. 2. One last one. Lift yourself up. If the ball is there, move the ball away. And we're going to come into our hundreds. So heels are together, toes are pointed, rolling ourselves all the way down like we just did. Seeing if you can move one link at a time. Then lift your legs up and start pumping your arms. Strong pumps. We've just worked on our arms being really strong. So pumping from your shoulder blades. If that feels too intense, remember you've always got this position here. Really find that length, find the connection between the inner thighs. Fingertips are being pulled along. Shoulder blades are down. How are we doing? Can we keep going? Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and draw your knees in. Little rock from side to side. And then take the soles of your feet together, knees out wide. Hands are gonna come behind your head. You're gonna ab curl yourself up and lower down. And curl. So think about your ribs going down and along to meet your hips. And lower. Use your breath in a way that feels really good for your body. Now we're going to start to lift, alternating leg up and down and lift. So every time your head lifts, it's absolutely fine if your tailbone lifts, but when your head goes down, can we find that length again and our pelvis in our neutral position? Okay, if that feels okay, can we go both legs up and lower and lift. Two more. One last one, we hold it up. Tiny dip away and pull it up. Almost, can you see if you can get a little lift, even more with your tailbone as your legs come in. And in. Two more. One last one. And come all the way down. Really nice. We're going to take it onto our forearms now. Knees are going to come into your chest. Create a little bit of space between your ears and your shoulders. Let's drop both knees over to one side and go through the center. And over to the other. Seeing if you can keep your knees the same height as you twist and through. So you might need to lift, or you will need to lift this bum and just almost hike your hip up. So it's a little bit of prep for our hip twist. If this feels okay, could we maybe go with our long legs? And long. Whether our legs are straight or bent, can we do a circle away and in? And reverse, circle away and in. One more. And hold it here. Can we lower one leg down? And lift without letting your pelvis be dragged away from you. Slight external rotation now. Breathe. Oh my goodness, I'm so shaky. We're going to do 2 more. One last one. And bend your legs. Lift yourself up. Grab hold of your ball and then pop your ball sort of at your lower back here. Then what I want you to think about here is keeping all of this solid, because I'm going to exaggerate, but we don't want this to happen. Okay, so draw it in. Space between your ears and your shoulders. And then we're going to start to lift alternating legs. So this, I would say, if you've done this position with me before, this is sort of your safety. We can feel our abdominals, hopefully, because they are fired on, and all of this is having to support us as we lift deep abdominal work. But it should feel sort of okay. Ball is there to be supportive. This is not a classical position, it's just working on our abdominals. So just see where it feels better for the ball or the cushion or whatever we've got there. We're going to do 1 more on each side. Then we're going to take one hand behind our head. You're going to lift your opposite knee up to it and we go down. Same side each time. Can we really think about a little lift up off of our ball? If you're not feeling anything, maybe your ball needs to go a little bit further away. And it's that twist again. It's getting this side up and over to the knee, to our knee. Okay, let's add a double lift. So we go up, 2 little lifts, and we come down. And we go up, 2 lifts, and lower. One last one. Then we just hold it up for the lift. So hold it there and pull, and pull. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down over to the other side. The knee lifts up and down. And lift. Keep breathing. My center is feeling fiery. And I know what's coming. I'm nervous. We're in it together. We take breaks if we need to. Okay, one last one. Now we're going to add the double lift. Take it up. 2 little lifts. And lower. And up. 2 lifts. One last one. Then let's hold it up and pulse it out and pull. Five more. 4, can you hear my voice? It's so shaky. 3, 2, 1, and come back. Okay, let's alternate lifting our legs. So for our next ones, both hands are going to come behind our head, so it's going to be a lot more intense. Remember, you stick with anything that we've done if that feels like more than enough for us today. I'm nervous. 1 more on each side. Hands are going to come behind our head now. So this feels fiery. We're going to lift ourselves all the way up for the first couple. Roll yourself down. Find the ball. Hands go back behind your head. And then we're going to lift side. And roll down. Hands go behind your head. And lift. And we come down. And arms go wide. And in. 1 more full range. My ball's come a bit too close now. and wide. Now we're going to make it more intense by lifting halfway and back and halfway, side, halfway. So that should feel like, oh my goodness, my abdominals are on fire. If you want to move the ball a little bit further away, that's going to make it more intense, but we're not coming all the way up. So your abdominals should be engaged or fiery the whole time. You can push your feet together. It's very kind, but my ball keeps coming too close. Two more. Oh my goodness, now my ball's going too far away. One last one. We're going to hold it into the center. Can we lift this up? Our tiny lifts like we do in our roll up. Oh, she's dying. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1 last one, and relax down. Release over your ball, get that stretch to the front of your body. And then we're going to roll ourselves all the way up. So hands can come over your head, the ball is there, tickle-liggy, and we come all the way up. And release. Amazing. Let's come onto all fours. So spin your legs around. Once we're on all fours, just make sure the heels of your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. We're going to start by lifting one leg up to the side and we come in. So this is not about height, it's not even about hips, it's about your center really firing on. So, leg that's lifting up, can the opposite hand be light? So you take more weight into the hand of the leg that's lifting. That means we aren't dumping over to the other side. Okay, if that feels okay, we're sticking with that. If you want a little bit more, opposite arm comes to about 90 degrees. So it's like that on the other side. So lifting up and in. Again, supporting arm really has to work. One last one, hold it up. Tiny little lifts up. Here we go. For 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come in. Heels together or feet together, knees wide. Just stretch it out for a moment, and then we're going to come up onto the other side. So when you're ready, up onto the other side. Let's lift our knee up and down. So you want to keep both hips facing forward. Back of your head is like it's pushing into the sky. We're light on the opposite hand, just so I'm not sending all my weight over this hip. And in. Okay, if that feels okay, and we want a bit more, opposite arm comes up into that 90-degree angle, and then it can come in. I don't know if you can see me shaking on the camera. Two more. One last one. Then we're going to take it back up and finish with our little pulses. So little lifts up and up. For 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come in. Amazing. Let's take it back into our push-ups. So long line. We pull our body forward. Elbows into our ribs. Push up for 3, 2, 1 last one, curve it over, hold it there, just bend and stretch. Drive your heels into the mat. Take your big full breaths. And then drop your knees down. Roll yourself all the way up so you're in a high kneeling position. Just grab hold of your ball. Oh, other way. Ball is going to be on your thigh, arms are up to the sky. We're going to roll the ball down so we're finishing the way we started. And lift up. So that lateral flexion. And up. Hopefully we're feeling arms fired on, center, side work, hold it there, tiny lift and a tiny lower. Lift using your center. 2 more. One last one, let's lift it up through the center, over to the other side, and we go over and up. Okay, on our next one, hold it there, tiny lift and lower. 3 more, 2, 1 last one, let's lift it up and come down. Amazing work, just sit back on your heels, roll your shoulders back. We'll interlace our hands behind our back, big inhale. I was about to say big stretch, that's what I say to Iggy. And then take it in the other direction. Lift it up to the sky and lower down. Roll your shoulders back and give yourselves a massive round of applause. Well done, that was so good. Amazing work. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you're feeling like your sides got a good stretch, a good work, shoulders, wrists, everything like that. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's anything you want to see in the coming videos, anything in particular. Please comment on my videos, like my videos, subscribe to my channel. It's all a massive help. And if you do my videos, if you have Instagram, please follow me on Instagram as well, Mindful Movement with Gabriella, and let me know how you're finding the videos. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you next week.
It's just one more night. You know it's feeling right. Don't wanna shake it out.